Hey guys, this is Candy. Thank you for checking out today's video. So I'm super excited because today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be doing some mixed boho braids and locks. Yes. So we've already started the process. I am just starting off by doing regular braids with some braiding hair. I use the Outre pre-stretched braiding hair, and I am adding some human hair. Yes, because we're doing the boho look. So after I braid for maybe a couple of inches, I add a piece of the braiding hair, clip that off, and I continue with the braiding process. And then I add another piece. Now the curly hair that I'm using is human hair. It's a hair from Amazon, a body wave. I will definitely, as always, leave all of the details down below. So be sure to check that out in the description box. I will be leaving the links to all of the hair that I used for today's look, which is 3 different types of hair. So what I'm doing is, once I get to the half mark, I'm just doing a slip knot, and I just use a tiny piece of the curly hair and just tie a knot so that the braid will not come undone. And yes, this is what the first one looks like. And yeah, this is the hair again, the braiding hair. And for the first row, I just did all braids. Yes, but then every now and then I'm going to be throwing in a lock or two. Yes, so stay tuned to see how I do it. There's really no method to the madness in terms of when and how I add the locks, but you want to pay attention because I do have some special information that will make a big difference in how the hairstyle turns out. All right, now for the curly hair, I only used one pack. Yes, so if you're trying to purchase, then one pack is usually enough, unless of course you need to get way more curls. Then you can add more than 3 pieces per braid. I only added 3 pieces, but you are at liberty to add more if you want to, or of course you can add less. So it's all up to you. The ball is in your court where that is concerned, right? So now we're doing that slip knot. So I just wrap the hair around my index finger like so, and then I use a comb tail, the tail of the comb, to pull the end of the hair through the loop 2 times, and then make sure I tighten it. Yeah. All right, so that is it for the first row, you guys. And as you can see, for some of the braids, I do go further down than others, and that will help to add dimension to the hairstyle so it doesn't look, all one length in terms of the curl. The curl starts at different points, so that's important too. Of course, now we're doing the locks. In row number 2, I start off the very first one with a lock. So I just took 2 pieces of the human hair and overlapped them. I'm not using regular braiding hair for this one, and I'm just braiding that human hair in, and I'm just braiding it to the point where I want for the lock to stop, which in this case was about yeah, like maybe 3 or 4 inches down. And now I'm using the Outre springy Afro twist hair to wrap the hair to create that locks. Yes, so make sure you wrap it in place for maybe about 4 or so times before you start to wrap downwards to create the locks, and you are good to go. So for this look, yeah, she wanted for most of the hair to be out, most of the curls to be out. But you will find that every now and then I will actually create a braid that goes all the way down with a little curl at the end. And I also will create a lock that goes all the way down for the the long look for that locks. But guys, this hairstyle was inspired. She did show me a video and asked me if I could recreate the look. And of course, you guys already know my mantra and my theme for 2024 is doing more in 2024. So of course, you know the answer was going to be yes. If I look back at the video and I am able to figure out who inspired the style, I will definitely leave the credit down in the description box. But as of right now, the name escapes me as to the influencer or the YouTuber who originally did the style. All right. So now the next one right beside the locks. Well, no, we're in the third row. So I'm starting off the braids, the third row with braids. So we have two braids side by side for the third row. And for this row, we're doing mostly braids. I'm just doing one locks in the middle. Yes, and so that is the variation that I'm talking about. One row, there's no locks. The second row, there's two locks on either end of that row. And for the third row, it's going to be only one lock in the middle. But again, there's no hard and fast rule. It's not that serious. So you can just choose randomly where you want it to be. But it does help when there is some type of balance though. You don't want one lock to be over here. And well, that's in my opinion. I like to make sure that there's some type of symmetry going on and some type of balance. So, yeah. So for the next braid, we are doing a locks, yes. So I overlap the human hair one over the other so I get the desired length and the thickness, yes. And I'm just starting to braid the hair in, yeah, using her hair as the third leg. We just braid that in and I braid till I get to the point where I want for the lock to stop. And in this case, I actually braid the hair down maybe about, I would say 5 inches or so. It's definitely less than the half mark. And now I am laying the hair for the wrapping and starting to just wrap the hair around the base of the braid, maybe about 4 times or so before I start wrapping downwards. And I'm making sure that I wrap the hair very firmly around the braid because that will prevent the lock from loosening prematurely. Yes, so be sure to pay attention to that and make sure that there are no gaps, that every time you wrap, the hair is overlapping the previous portion that was wrapped. And I just end off with a palm roll and that seals the deal. All right. So now we're going ahead again. The first one in this row at the top was a braid and this one is going to be a lock. So again, the same process, overlapping the human hair. And the human hair, I don't know if I mentioned before, but it's a body wave hair. It is 18 inches long. So that's the length. That it actually looks more than 18 inches to me. And you're going to see that once I get done and you guys see the outcome, you're going to see how long the hair is. It's giving more than 18 inches in my opinion. But again, maybe it's 18 inches curled, but when you pull it down, it actually lengthens longer. All right. So we're going to just continue the process with, alternating every now and then with braids and locks. But in this case, it's more braids, more boho braids than the locks. But you could, do it anyway if you wanted to do more locks and then just intersperse a few braids, then you could do it that way. Yeah, or if you wanted to do them equally, that's an option too. The ball is in your court. There are no rules, all right? Creativity is the name of the game around here. So we are just going to continue with the process and yeah. Just follow the process and you'll be sure to, see exactly what is taking place. So one thing I failed to mention is that the braiding hair that I'm using is 42 inches in length. And I did mention before that for some of the braids, I do braid all the way to the end. Very, very few of them. This is one of them. And I add the human hair. However, I do not allow it to protrude or hang out of the braid along the actual plaits. I just braid it in so that I can have the curl at the end of the plait. So that is what I'm doing. But for the others, guys, where I stop braiding maybe to the halfway or just a little bit shorter, I do cut the hair in half so that the hair is short enough to give me that look. All right. So that's just what I wanted to mention. And in the cases where I do the full length locks, I just braid in the human hair and braid it all the way to the end so that I can wrap the lock all the way to the end and just leave out the curls at the end. All right. So as you can see, I'm wrapping this particular one all the way to the end and just leaving a bit of the curls out at the end. Yeah. So guys, this is the progress so far. The hair is looking so nice and beautiful, feeling so soft. And I just love the fact that the body wave is giving it a nice romantic curls look. Alright, so let's finish up the video, guys. There's not much left. We're just gonna go ahead and add in the last pieces of braids interspersed with a little bit of locks, and then we will show you guys the finished look. And just like that, we are all done with the installation. And guys, I'm pretty pleased with how it looks, guys. It's super duper nice. It's lightweight. Yes, that's what I love. And it does help for you to not braid all of them all the way down, because that would make the style heavier. But because it's mainly curls that are out, the hairstyle is super duper lightweight. And it is nice and versatile, which is something that is of utmost importance to me. But yeah, this is how it looks in the front. I love it. I love it. So depending on where your eyes hit the style, you will see some locks, or you will see some braids, or you might just see only curls. So that's what I love about the look, guys. So that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and be sure to subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. We will talk on my next one. Bye.